guys, so it's been over a month with this beast, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. And there are a couple of things about this phone that are so awesome, but also a little frustrating. So I'm going to cover all of that in this video. But definitely stay until the end to get some free S20 wallpapers. Let's get into it. Starting off with the 120Hz refresh rate, and I really wasn't expecting to notice it as much as I did, but it's just so good and you notice it that much more when comparing it to other devices. So I took this slow motion clip of the S20 Ultra compared to the Note 10 Plus and the S10 Plus, and you can see how the 120Hz is so buttery smooth and not jittery at all. Even with gaming, playing between the two refresh rates, I see a big difference. The S20 Ultra is so silky fast, but you do sacrifice some display quality when the 120Hz refresh rate is toggled on. You can't go any higher than full HD+, but to the human eye, or to me anyway, I don't notice the quality drop at all. So if you haven't toggled on the 120Hz refresh rate on your device yet, or even tried it, then I highly recommend you do. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the 100x space zoom is really cool. In every case that I actually used it, I was super surprised at just how far it zoomed in and what it captured. But, and it's a pretty big but, the quality of the image you get when taking it at 100x zoom is quite pixelated and grainy, and it is certainly not something you'd be posting to social media. But it is a lot of fun to use the 100x zoom almost like a telescope. That being said, the 30x zoom and even the 50x zoom are pretty amazing, and you can definitely capture some really good quality shots. I would not recommend that you buy this phone based on the 100x space zoom only, because in everyday life you barely use it, and when you do actually decide to use it, the quality is okay. I do commend Samsung for trying this though, and I do hope with time we'll see the quality improve dramatically. Aside from the space zoom quality, the rest of the camera features and modes on the S20 Ultra are amazing. I've spoken about this in previous videos, but I especially love the single take mode. I find myself reaching for that all the time, and I love the fact that you can just take a quick 15-second video clip and get this amazing gallery of curated images, videos, and boomerangs, some even with filters. It just blows my mind. And then of course, when I'm not using the single take mode, just the standard camera quality, whether it's the super wide, wide, or telephoto lens, they're all incredible, and even the night mode is next level, and it's honestly amazing what it can capture in low light situations. So everything I expected to get from this camera really met my expectations, and anyone using this device would definitely be happy with the camera results for sure. I will just say though, something I definitely noticed when shooting in the 108 megapixel or 8K video, my phone definitely heated up. I thought it was maybe a one-time thing because I was really putting it through its paces, but almost every time guaranteed when I shoot in 8K or take a lot of pictures using the 108 megapixels, my phone will heat up, and that is just something I don't enjoy. I think this has a lot to do with the chipset, as my device does have the Exynos chip and not the Snapdragon, which is frustrating, but it's just one of those things, I guess, and there is nothing I can really do about it. So that is just something to note. You can still take videos and images, but bear in mind your device will most likely heat up. I did also find I had some issues with the focus. When taking pictures or videos, the focus would just struggle sometimes between the foreground and the background, especially with 8K video. It's as though it was just taking in so much information that the focus couldn't calculate correctly or something. I noticed a lot of other people also had an issue with this. However, it does seem like that's been fixed now thanks to a software update. So I'm glad Samsung addressed that, and it seems that the focus is no longer an issue, so definitely a thumbs up there. I knew that the Ultra was going to be a large phone, but one thing I'm definitely still trying to get used to is the size of this big beast. When I compare it to my Note 10 Plus, it's almost the same size, and if I'm not mistaken, the S20 Ultra actually has more screen to body ratio than the Note 10 Plus. So it's big, which, don't get me wrong, I like it. So if you're also someone who likes a big screen device, then this is going to be perfect for you. But if you found in the past that Note-sized devices are just too big for your liking, then this one won't be good for you, and it'll probably be best to go for something like the S20 or the S20 Plus instead. And just to give you an idea of size, this is how big the screen is compared to a $1 bill. And it's even bigger than the bill. So this is definitely more than enough screen, and any bigger than this, we'll probably be heading into tablet territory. Another thing I've come to notice about the S20 Ultra is the charging time. Although I use a fast 27-watt charger from Spigen, I feel that if you use the standard charger that comes with the device, it will feel as though it takes fairly long to charge to 100%. But that is also because we're dealing with a whopping 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So just keep that in mind, it will feel slightly longer because of the battery size. But then also remember, for most people, depending on what you do with your phones, you will definitely get a full day's use. So that is just something I quickly wanted to mention because it is something I noticed coming from my old device to this one. As for the look and feel, the design, it's a really sleek looking phone. I love everything about it except for the massive camera bump on the back. I understand why it's there. It needs to house all the mechanics for the epic camera setup and zoom system on the back, but man, it is huge. It goes without saying, you definitely need a cover on this phone, in my opinion anyways, because to put it flat down on a desk and try use it like that, or even type on it, is just an absolute pain. Luckily, a simple cover does fix that, and let's be honest, most of us already put covers on our devices, so it's not really a biggie, but just something I wanted to mention, and let's just hope these camera bumps don't get any bigger. I've mentioned in the past in my previous videos that I really enjoy Spigen cases. I get asked about my cases all the time, so I just thought I'd mention that, and I'll also have some links down below in the description box to the Spigen cases I have and used so that you guys can see the ones I recommend. Overall, I would say the S20 Ultra is a fantastic device, no doubt about it. The screen size, the battery size, the camera quality, and that refresh rate is everything I expected from the S20 Ultra. But if you're willing to go without the 100x space zoom and go for a slightly smaller battery and overall phone, then the S20 or even the S20 Plus are seriously going to be great for you. Because everything else will still pretty much be exactly the same. You're still going to get that high refresh rate, great quality pictures, and an amazing overall experience, no doubt. I do also hope somehow they can combat the heating issue, maybe with the software updates. However, I don't really think that's possible, so hopefully in the next lineup they can sort that out. Then, as mentioned in the beginning of this video, I have a couple free S20 Ultra wallpapers for you guys that you can download from my website, haylsworld.com. I'll have a link down below in the description box so you guys can just click on that to get your wallpapers. But yeah, I created 4 in total, and they all kind of hide that cutout accent on the top, which I quite enjoy, and I hope you guys will enjoy them as much as I did creating them. So guys, let me know, what do you think is the best feature of the S20 range? Let me know down in the comment section. But if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, or you can check out some of my other videos right over here. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!